At some point in life, we all question ourselves. Where did our friends go? The people who once used to be the sole purpose of our existence left us without saying anything. Why? It's not just about the fast-paced world and lack of time alone. It is also about what you did to them. Something so awful that you would not even wish it upon your worst enemy. Because of your actions, your friends lost trust in you. They felt anxious and insecure because you, their best friend, weren't there when they needed you the most. And guess what? You probably didn't even realize how subtly and subconsciously this erosion of trust happened over time. You would wonder why your friend might not openly discuss it with you if he was going through a tough time. It's likely because he knows from experience that his friends do not know how to truly be present with and handle grief, anxiety, or hard times skillfully. The thing is that most of us were never taught growing up how to react when someone expresses grief, so we avoid those deeper, vulnerable conversations entirely. It's not that we are cold-hearted, selfish beings. We just don't know what to say or do when heavy emotions arise. So we shy away uncomfortably. This is a big reason why we express anger more readily in public than we express grief. It feels safer. You may yell loudly in front of a large crowd when your favorite sports team makes a bad play, but you'll quickly apologize if even a single tear falls from your eyes during a more intimate conversation. Culturally, especially for men, expressions like, "never let them see you cry," promote emotional suppression versus emotional intelligence. So, when you or your friends go through grief after breakups, deaths, failures, or other losses, even close friends often scatter or disappear because they don't know how to handle negative emotions. They think they'll make you feel awkward crying or being down, so they avoid you entirely. Slowly, social isolation creeps in. In reality, friendships are like diamonds, rare, beautiful, but also frequently fake. Over time, your friend likely felt you were a cubic zirconia friend because you only sparkled with supportive energy when times were light. But you never comforted them when they were really suffering in the dark. As adults, we go through different traumas, griefs, anxieties, and losses. We deeply need emotional support and shoulders to cry on in hard times, but it's rare we allow ourselves access to that comfort. When we try to express grief openly, more often than not, the situation becomes too awkward for our friends, so we hide our pain. After this happens a few times, we learn not to trust others with our inner turmoil. We think something is wrong with us for feeling grief, and slowly suppress our grief, which leads to heightened anxiety and depression. We see the world as an increasingly disconnected, unsafe place where people are too busy, too judgmental, or too uncomfortable with messy emotions. Another big reason friends leave you is the increasing lack of authentic, intimate, in-person interactions leading to weaker social bonds overall. When we physically meet with friends, we subconsciously detect subtle cues through body language, eye contact, tone of voice, etc., which help us determine organically whether we can trust them deeply or not. Despite having instant digital access to all the entertainment, information, and people we could dream of worldwide, over 16% of American adults have chronic issues with anxiety, depression, or other mental health disorders. Over 40 million adults have clinically significant anxiety that interferes with friendships, careers, and happiness. People today feel more alone than they have ever been. This rise of mental health issues demonstrates a corresponding lack of genuine intimacy, belonging, and connection in society. We invest heavily in beautifying our homes and our digital profiles to showcase status rather than prioritizing strengthening vulnerable ties. We may have expansive, superficial social networks full of contacts, but the number of close friends we trust deeply and see frequently continues to decline each year as busy individualism creeps in. The solution starts with each of us making a consistent effort to foster more intimacy in the friendships we do have. Emotional intelligence, vulnerability about our struggles, and loving presence during good and tough times are key to nurturing bonds that can weather life's storms. When supporting loved ones through grief or crisis, resist the urge to just try to cheer them up, give advice, or make things positive quickly so you feel less uncomfortable. Instead, focus on listening without judgment. Express caring through small gestures and tell them sincerely, "It's going to hurt really bad for a while, but I'm not going anywhere. This year, it's your turn, and next year might be my turn. We'll go through this together." Follow through on that commitment. If you find anxiety decreasing your life quality, watch our video on 11 Ways to Reduce Worrying by Albert Ellis for helpful coping strategies. Like and subscribe to our channel for more content on topics that matter.